leaning on each other. We are a family. For this short amount of time as our recruit family, we had a lot of things that we had to overcome as a group, but also individually that ultimately ended up being the end result for the group. So that was probably the biggest thing. You come in thinking about yourself, and then you realize that it's bigger than you. It's bigger than even just our company as a recruit class. It's more so about the Ames Fire Department as a total. And so I think that kind of grew into what I learned the most throughout the academy.
Take each day one step at a time. There's a lot going on in the fire department, and a lot of things to learn, a lot of things to go over, especially coming in with not a lot of experience. But each day I learned something new, and over this whole academy I've learned a ton, just one day at a time. Don't give up. Things are going to be hard sometimes. There's going to be long days, events that are tough and really test you, whether it's mentally or physically. But you can't give up no matter what happens. You have to keep working at it, and your teammates will be there to help you. And where you might struggle with something, one of your teammates might struggle somewhere else. So as long as you work as a team and don't give up, you'll be able to get through it.
I think my favorite moment would have to be when we did our ice water rescue.
Ice water rescue day.
Ice water rescue was really fun.
The ice water rescue, I think, definitely.
It was a really fun day. We got to put on the Mustang suits and get to play around in the water, and it was something that I had never experienced. So getting in the suit and realizing that you weren't going to be cold, that you're actually going to be warm. One of the funny parts was kind of burping the suits of all the air to make sure you stayed in the right position. But that was a really fun day. I think we came together as a group on that day, and it was just a really fun time.
My favorite moment from the academy training was when we did our first live fire day and we got to watch the flames go over the top of us. It was the first time I really got to see it, and it showed me how powerful our bunker gear can be, and I really enjoyed that day.
I broke a mirror with the end of a nozzle. They then called me Crash and would ask, "Hey Leo, where's the mirror?" And I found the frame when we were cleaning up coats in the training site. So I got to see the end result of my wreckage.
I was notorious for busting my knuckles when we were learning how to put our SCBAs on properly. I was constantly, like, after every round, I need a Band-Aid, I need a Band-Aid.
Part of the drill was to smash a window, which is basically just we have a sash bar put in. And for the first time up, I was all excited to climb up, one hand with the Halligan, hit it, and as I hit it, Halligan flies out my hand and flies into the room. Luckily there was no victims in there, but otherwise I might have taken them out.
Just using certain tools and things like that, the mechanics of it. It's not just operating like a chainsaw, for example, but when I got up on a roof and then there's snow on that roof and it's at an angle and stuff, that makes things a lot harder. And you're wearing a lot of gear and things like that. For me, it was kind of challenging. And then just being able to keep a level head when you're searching like buildings and stuff. As we've gone through some training with smoked out rooms and being vigilant, making sure you're checking all of your corners, all of the spaces where somebody might be. It's just a lot of stuff to continue to work on.
Hardest part for me was probably search. I'm a big guy, crawling around on my knees is pretty hard, but luckily I have some great other recruits here. They really helped me work through it, and some great instructors. They gave me some tips and tricks to make it go a little bit better, but I just got to work on getting my knees a little bit stronger.
The hardest portion of our training, I would say, was live fire day, figuring out that being on the hose is not typically what it's cracked out to be. Most people think like, hey, you're the hero doing that. You come to realize that if you're that second person on the line, that you're doing a lot of work, and you are making that job easier for the person at the nozzle, but it's a lot of hard work on you. And I think on that day, I figured that out the hard way. There was a lot of hose left outside the building, and I thought I had moved it all in, and just coming up short of being able to really put that fire out as much as we would have liked to. I learned a valuable lesson on that day that I thought I did enough, and you could always be doing more work and doing more. So.
If you want to do it, absolutely do it. Have fun with it. Give yourself grace. Work hard, don't give up. If it's something that you feel you want to do, don't let anything stop you.
Just go for it. There's a lot that I didn't have coming into it, and a lot of questions I had, a lot of experience I needed, but I just went for it and decided to give it my all each and every day.
Making sure you're doing it for the right reasons. It's not about us, it's not about the individual, it's not about trying to seek out glory through the job. It's being able to serve the community and doing what's best for everyone else. We're just a small group that have decided that we wanted to dedicate ourselves to doing that. Outside of that, I would say make sure when you come into the academy that you're in shape and you're ready to go.
Do your prep work, get some good information before coming here, and stay in shape. I definitely came into the fire department being not as in good of shape as I would have liked, and it's come back to bite me a couple of times. Luckily now I'm getting a little bit better, and I plan on continuing to get better as we go through, but stay in shape. The physical test that you take to pass the class, that tells you can do the job, but you want to be the guy that can do the job forever.